All right, here we go. I'm clocking into my YouTube shift on the Optimal Man channel. And if you guys rock with me, go ahead and drop a like right now. You already know it's going to be another banger. We got Skippy Part 2 on Fresh and Fit. Okay, let's go ahead and see. I had some technical difficulties, so I'm a bit late to my shift. But nevertheless, here I am, as I say every day, to drop another banger for you guys. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
It tells me is that the guy is sympathetic. That the guy has sympathy and respects hard work, and he respects waitresses, and that if I was a waitress, he would treat me the same way.
Okay.
The key is to when they tip the people that don't necessarily, because in my opinion, it's easy to tip your waiter or waitress, but when people go out of their way to tip the people that make a finite amount of money, so they don't make as much as the waiters or waitresses that on a good night can make like $500-600 in a night, but then there's that person behind the counter that's making their like $13 and someone that offers like a couple of dollars to them, that's when I like look at a person and go, oh, that's really cool. And the times when when I know that I have to pay my rent, I still will try and tip like $1 or $2 here or there because it means a ton to them. And I always am like, I don't know, just I want to be the kind of person I want to get.
Listen, nowadays, everyone's asking for tips. And listen, I've worked at plenty of restaurants. My last couple jobs, before I became an entrepreneur, my last couple jobs, I worked in a restaurant. So I know everything about tips. And I completely understand it, right? But nowadays, you walk, the fucking homeless man on the corner will fucking tell you, hey, can you give me $1? Like, what the fuck? They'll fucking bring out the tip machine. You'll give them $1 in cash, and they'll bring out the tip machine, and they'll say 18%, 25%. Like, if I'm standing up, this is basically the rule, right? Unless I'm feeling generous. But for the most part, this is the rule. If I'm standing up, and if it's something that I just pick up and go, I'm not tipping, okay? Unless I'm feeling generous. If I'm sitting down, I'm tipping. Unless your service is shit. If your service is shit, you have a rude attitude, I don't give a fuck. You're not getting no tip. Tip is not a requirement, okay? And I'm all for tipping, right? Because I understand how it works from the other side. Because I've been a server, I've been a chef, I've done all that. I've been a bartender, so I know that people rely on tips. But some people are just too entitled. If your service is garbage and dog shit, don't expect a tip. Do not expect a tip. You got to earn the tip. You got to work. You got to have a positive attitude. And then you can get the classic 18%.
To the point where I'm as successful as like Fresh and Fit.
And you
people
will.
say, and
You
people
will.
will say like, hey, that
No,
Skippy was tipping before he became successful.
He has to make that choice. You can't say you will. He has to make that choice.
I'm good work for it.
Positive reinforcement.
Thank you.
No, see? Exactly. She said just positive reinforcement. See, this guy over here, Fresh, he's speaking the truth. As a man, like, you can't just have these little positive affirmations. Yes, you have to talk yourself in a positive way, but you still have to make the decision to change. The thing is, women will talk to each other and be like, yes, queen, you got this. That doesn't work for men. There's overly mothered men who are out here and aren't bettering themselves in any way. Why? Because they have that motherly love. You got this, son. You're okay. You're not a loser. You're amazing. You're a winner. And yes, it's good to talk positively, but you got to make that decision.
Thank you.
Hey, man. Reality hits hard, though. But yeah, that's nice. What about you, Cardi C?
So,
Do you think tipping is important?
I do definitely, especially if you're on a date with someone. It's a good impression, not only on your waiter or but the girl, because women do not like cheap men. Don't sit on your wallet. That's an old dating advice that anyone could use. So definitely, the fact that you showed that consideration towards the waitress, a girl who's interested in you is gonna.
Yeah, no, like I said about the tip, like if you are someone who doesn't tip and the person was working for you, the person had great service, the person made sure that your food was ready, the person made sure they got you the food, they got you the right order, they recommended stuff, like they're giving you great service, and you don't tip shit, you're a piece of shit. Like, that's the worst type of person. You go to a place. If you can't tip, just go to fucking McDonald's. Go somewhere. Don't go to an expensive restaurant, sit down, and then not tip. Because the person who's working depends on that tip. The person who's working is giving you service for you to sit down on your ass, chill there, have a good time. Meanwhile, the other person is busting their ass. So give them a tip, 18%. So, like I said, unless the person treats you like shit and the service is terrible, no fucking tip. But don't be playing with people who be making your food, because I've heard some people, I worked with this one guy who called it the Darwin Martini. This man talked shit to him. He was treating him bad, and this man got his martini, took it to the back, unzipped his pants, dipped his balls in the martini, and brought it back to the man. And the guy was like, perfect, perfect. They called it the Darwin Martini. So don't fuck with anybody who makes your food. I'm telling you.
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? Oh,
Go.
Okay.
The tipping question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think as long as there is a tip, amount doesn't really matter because I believe a person should be grateful for what they get. So on the other side, Right. you can't I don't know. That's what I think.
But at the very least,
Whatever you can, type of thing.
tip 10%. At the very
Type of thing. Yeah, yeah.
Because
10%.
waitresses
10%.
work
10%,
so
no.
hard.
Anything less than 15%, you're
Really?
yeah, no.
Fucking terrible.
18% and above. I don't care.
18%.
Unless
minimum.
it's really terrible service.
If it's raining or if the weather conditions are horrible, even if the person gets it to you an hour late, they're taking their life in their hands. I've driven on nights when the snow is coming down super hard, and to get a 10 or even a 15% on that night feels like almost 0%, just because when you realize how bad the driving conditions are, like 30, 50% on really horrible driving conditions, in my opinion.
right.
Yeah.
Myron,
I agree.
what's your take on tipping?
Yeah. I mean, tipping is earned, man. I know some people say, hey, you should tip 20% no matter what. No, like if the server sucks, then if they're not like talking to you within a few minutes of you sitting down, getting you water and all this other stuff, like tipping is earned, guys. It's not just a given.
Facts. Like, you gotta
Just
earn
because-
that shit. That shit is not just given. Some people are way too entitled. They're like, this person didn't tip me. Well, did you give them good service? No, you didn't.
So, you should always tip 20, 25% if the service is good. If the service is bad, then, take away from it accordingly. Based on the service. Cool. Is my take
Yeah,
on it.
I feel like tipping is definitely.
And nowadays, they're getting creative with it, right? Like, before they would have 15%, 18%, or 20%. Now, what the fuck do? They either do 15%, 20%, or 25%. And then they say custom at the bottom. So you're like, damn, I would feel bad to give 15%, but I also would feel bad. No, I would feel bad if I give 15%, but damn, now I got to give more than 18%. And it's like, should I just hit the custom? Now you got to type in all this other shit. So they're getting creative with that shit. They're taking out the option, so that way you kind of feel forced to go ahead and hit that 20.
Deserved and earned. But that being said, for me personally, like if I'm getting served food, I feel like, hey, I'm getting food brought to me. I'll tip definitely for sure when I can.
But it
So-
depends definitely on the situation.
All right. So
Because some servers are trash.
No,
You know
no.
what I'm saying?
Right. That's why
we've
I-
met a few.
Yeah,
we've met a few.
Some of them are trash. You shouldn't tip them. So they learn. Because here's the thing: they're going to continue to provide that terrible service
Exactly.
until they're punished.
Don't
Exactly.
reward bad
That behavior
behavior.
or good treatment, man.
Exactly. Like, I've had people like at this one place that I go to get like drinks and stuff, not alcoholic beverages, but I get some drinks there. And there's times when these motherfuckers will see me come in. I've been into this establishment many times. They'll see me come in, and listen, I completely understand when someone is busy. They got a lot of things going on. But I've had people serve me to where they're like, they see me come in and they're talking, they're continuing a conversation, doing whatever they're doing. And it's like, listen, if that person is sitting down and they're just having a conversation with you and they already ordered what they ordered, the best way to provide great, outstanding customer service is to say, 1 second, bro, I got you. 1 second. Let me go take care of this guy real quick, right? Because I have nothing to do with your fucking conversation. I'm on the go. I don't like to sit places very long. I like to come in and go out. So if I come into a place and someone's like this, they continue their conversation, I'm not tipping shit. Listen, I would have tipped you, but now I'm not tipping shit. Why? Because like he said, you have to learn. You have to learn. I'm not tipping you if you saw me and you sat there, you continued your conversation, and then you just came over here whenever you wanted, right? Because then they feel like they could just do that to everyone.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Super chats real quick, or
Yeah, yeah.
some of them flew in?
Super chats real quick, yeah.
So, all right.
Just one second.
What was that, Chris?
Finishes our video. So while I get it together.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
There we go.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. She's really cute. Huh?
Yeah, she is.
Like,
Very nice.
would you be,
And that might
if you saw us walking down the street, would you be like, I get that? Or like, would you be like, he's way lucky? Or would you be like, she's way lucky?
I was impressed. Yeah, that's good answer.
You get that? Yeah. Yeah, no, but that's fair. This already made it to use it.
Oh my god.
Are you okay with that? Maybe you can find this one? Yeah, I'll tag you. I'll tag you with that. Okay, good. So, all right, we'll move on with the conversation stuff, but let her go back to work. Yeah, we'll let her go. All right, thanks, Sally. That was Sally. Yeah. What am I going to do with her?
So I think inch at yourself.
Oh yeah. This isn't bad. You guys, they haven't seen. You guys have seen. They have not seen my really tough to watch videos. My really tough to watch videos. I don't even watch.
There's one worse than this.
Oh, I've got a million worse than this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I reacted to it. Go watch. 47-year-old virgin goes on the worst, capital worst date ever. That shit was the worst date I've ever seen in my life. This man went up to the woman after she just went on a date with him, and she was about to gobble on the next man's meat. And he's like, "Hey, Tracy, it's me. We just went on a date. You remember me?" Like, crazy.
My very first date, I refer to it as the Citizen Kane of cringe. That date that I went on, the MTV filmed, right, where I have
Wait,
the
is it on your channel?
the friendship and relationship date, right?
How long is it?
At 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Forget this then.
It's got music. It's got
Okay.
copyright music on it though, which is why
Oh, no, never
I can't.
mind.
I can't monetize it.
Never mind.
It was called defamation. They put music in the background, so my channel. I thought I was going to lose my channel, but they just took it down, demonetized it. I didn't.
Never mind.
No, but it's really great.
Okay.
Okay, $20,
Mr.
Mr. Patana. Pity sex is a thing. TTTT. Okay, shout out to $20 from Chris Taylor. Shout out to Skippy and Fresh and Fit from Maria, Utah. Shout out to
Utah. There you go. The city.
Ostrike. Maybe now women will understand how hard it is to be a man. Wait, who am I kidding? That's from Ostrike.
Yeah, ladies, it's not easy.
Dr. Easy. Here's a 10 for Skippy. Good luck, man.
Oh, I
$10 Canadian. The general Myron, please don't let Skippy walk out of the studio without giving him some serious advice. This is a tragedy. I'd suggest to do it in private. $20 mind blown. Watching this video has been the most motivational to me. Being 22 right now, I don't want to end up in a similar spot down the line. Got to work to better myself. Today, this was a very real wake up call. Okay.
All right.
And then Elijah Tickborn, $10. Skippy, if you want to blow up on YouTube, document your self improvement journey.
Yeah.
This will be great for you to inspire so many
That's
people.
true.
I agree.
$20. Jaime Reyes. I'm almost.
Sorry.
We got phone lines too.
Oh, you open up the phone lines right
But
now.
I'll just say this.
It ended. So
Oh my
one second.
gosh.
So I'll just say this, right? So, question: Did you do a second date?
Your show now. Press
No.
No. Okay.
It's right.
There are no shows
Ladies.
scheduled within the next
Hold on.
24 hours.
Bear with us for a second, guys.
Yeah, what's
On Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Yeah, Blog Talk Radio, guys. Sorry, we're getting it back up. I don't know what happened here.
So, ladies, real quick, just like 1 minute. segment.
And before we do this, if you guys want me to, because I see you guys in the chat like saying, "Oh, Myron, say something," blah blah blah. If you guys want me to give my critique, we need. Hold on, let's see here. How many? Number is 515-605.
Filming kind of gives you like a sense of comfort, right? Because that's your comfort zone.
Yes, that's very true too. That's very true.
But
too.
us women, we love eye contact. It's very seductive. Very seductive. And
What do I tell you guys all the time? Look at her in her eyes. That's the problem with Skippy when he goes on these dates. He's talking like this. He's talking like that. Whenever he says something and he gives eye contact, he gives it for a second. No, you want to be looking at her eyes, right? You want to be poised. You don't want to be like nervous. You don't want to look at her like a fucking creep. But you kind of, you want to be looking at her eyes, but just be poised, just be chilling like, nodding your head, listen to her, right? Like, you just seem confident. You don't seem like you're nervous at all. And even if you are nervous, just fucking fake that shit. I promise you, the moment that you see, oh, this is all it takes? What the fuck was I even nervous about? You'll get rid of all that nervousness.
ask her more questions about herself so that she feels that merch. So that she
We got a
feels
shirt. This is. I feel like.
so that she feels like you're actually interested in getting to know her and not just exploiting her for a video. And also, like all the ladies said, over complimenting a person can actually be a little detrimental to the relationship or the friendship that you're gonna develop with them, because it kind of puts them on pedestal.
Literally everything I've told you guys, everything I say is eye contact. Ask her questions about herself so that you can get to know her, get in her mind, make her more comfortable, because she feels as if she knows you more. And when she feels like she knows somebody, she's going to be more comfortable with that person. If she feels like she doesn't know you, this is just human psychology. You're not going to feel very comfortable. Think about that one friend that, you know, you're very cool with and you feel comfortable sharing all your deepest, darkest secrets. Why? Because you feel like you know each other. And how'd you get to that point? By getting to know each other through conversations, through questions, and last but not least, what'd she say? Compliments. Don't put her on the pedestal. Only do it if she did something to earn it, meaning she dressed up for you, she put on makeup for you, she did her hair for you, she smells nice for you, she did her nails for you, right? Don't just be giving out compliments just because.
You don't want to have people on a pedestal where they think that you're
beneath them.
glorifying them.
Yeah, you don't want to.
On a high horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it boosts their ego a little too much, and I've done
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. It's not a good thing.
No, that's true. That's true.
And I remember.
That's good.
Sorry, are you done? You mentioned that the waitress and your date had a better friendship than you, and that's because there's a mutual agreement between the girls that it was awkward.
Yeah.
So the waitress was more like, you know, trying to relieve the situation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, don't tell people your weaknesses, because then they feel pity for you. You don't want people to feel pity for
Right.
you. You want them to like you and love you for who you really are, not just because they feel bad for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you are who you present yourself as, not what other people think of you before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hit the super chats and
Really
hit the
good
phone lines,
feedback.
guys. So super chats are going to take priority over the phone lines. Okay, let's see here.
Just one second.
Okay. And then I think the phone lines are blown up. Again, what's the number one more time, Chris? Can you tell the people?
Yeah, it's on screen.
Yeah.
Right now.
Are we going to get a confident, seductive, attractive, ripped Skippy before GTA 6? I would love to see it. I would love to see the confident, seductive, Casanova, ripped Skippy before GTA 6. That would be fucking crazy. That shit would feed families for generations.
It's
515-605-9740.
5159. Yep, there you go. Okay, all right. So we got where we at? We had okay, we got after common era. So does Skippy have to wait to receive head 2? Oh god. Okay, then we got Dean.
And guys, drop a like, leave a comment down below right now. And like I told you guys, I post every single day. For all of you who don't know and are new to my channel, this channel is to help men improve themselves in every single way. I coach guys, so send me a DM on Instagram if you need coaching. All right, so you can expect a video tomorrow and the day after, every single day. All right, so you can tune in every day and get some good content. All right.
Nice, $10. No, don't do Skippy like that. Keep it private, okay? And then $20. The voice of the blue hat, bruh. Just relax. Ask her questions. Let her ask you some. Act like you've done this before. Be more confident. Okay.
Easier said than done, though, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All
right,
So
thank you.
let's move over to the phone lines. Holy crap! There's a bunch of numbers here. Okay.
Do like 5 to 10.
Okay. So we got and guys, keep it quick. So so number one, mute your YouTube in the background because it's gonna echo.
Yeah.
Number two, yes, we can hear you. Go ahead and say what you want to say. And then on number three, keep it brief. If you ramble on too long, we're gonna have to move on to the next person. Okay. So that's all we ask. And then, like I said, super chat take priority, and then we'll go to phone lines, and we'll just like keep flicking back between the two.
Yeah.
Kristen, now just focus on yourself, man. Best advice I can give you. Okay. All right. Let's go with 11111. Okay.
Angel number.
Alignment.
Hello, hello.
Hey, welcome to First Year Podcast.
Okay, nothing.
All right. All right. We're good. We got 843.
843.
Welcome to First Year Podcast.
Skippy, I just want to. Oh, thank you. Skippy, I just want to give you two pieces of advice, man.
Okay.
First of all, just relax, take a deep breath, and you're just around other people. Something different. I just see you moving around a lot, kind of. And second of all, I kind of always think about the fact that one day I'm gonna die. Like it's just reality. So, can't keep pushing things back till later. And I'm happy that you're trying to focus on yourself and really kind of improve yourself. So just keep at it, man. And really listen to these guys. They'll give you some good advice.
Thanks. I appreciate your calling in.
Cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, call.
Thanks,
Cool.
man.
We got 813 in the house. Coming up. 813.
813.
Shout out to Fresh and Fit. How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Hey,
Not bad, bro.
Skippy.
Yeah.
Skippy. You need to break the dry spell, my man. Go to a bar, pick up an old chick, and bang her brains out. Keep them slots up.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
We got 720 on the line.
You're a freaky frog.
What's up?
Fucking freaky
What's up, man? Welcome to Fresh Year Podcast.
We got 720
me on the line?
You got to mute your thing in the background, man. We told you how to do that. Please go ahead.
All right. Hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. 631.
631. Yo, what up?
What's up,
Calling
caller?
the Freshman Podcast. Going once. Going twice.
Gone.
Yeah, gone. All right, 203 South Connecticut in the building.
203.
203.
Yo, Myron Fresh, what's up?
What up, man?
So G.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, Skippy, just listen to everything that they're telling you. Like, me, myself, I'm 22 years old, young. I take in everything that they say. So I would just say, just don't take it to heart. The ladies on the podcast, too, they're just trying to help you out. So just listen to them, try to better yourself every day. And Myron Fresh, I keep watching you every night. I'm in the chat, JR Rank, I'm a subscriber, channel member, so keep it.
It's unfortunate when everybody wants to see someone do better, but they don't want to see themselves do better. Like everyone around them is trying to motivate them, but they just can't seem to find it within them to want to improve. It's one of the saddest things to see.
Doing nothing, man. Much love.
Thank you for the support, bro.
Your fans are awesome, you guys. Seriously, like I love these dudes, and this is awesome.
You're awesome.
We got 206 coming up. 206, you're live on the Fresh Fit Podcast.
Hey, Myron, it's Donovan, IT guys in the CME, Geeky Anomaly. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, very good. Hey, Skippy, listen, man. I know what you're going through because 20 years ago, I was you.
Oh.
So I'm 38. I'm 38 now, dude. Two things. One, if you can, get assertiveness training. So go to like a specialist, a professional, and get assertiveness training. Number two, don't take dating advice from women. A fisherman doesn't ask a fish how to catch fish. Whatever Myron tells you to do tonight, either on air or privately, do exactly what he says and don't question it.
Cool. Thank you, Geeky Anomaly. I appreciate the support, man. Good to hear your voice. Pause. We met him in person in Vegas. 504? Good dude. 504, you're live on air? 504?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast.
Hey, I appreciate y'all for letting us talk and everything.
For sure, man. We love the people, bro.
First off, I'm a lieutenant in the Army.
Okay.
I'm
Thank you for your
years old.
service.
I'll be 31 in December. And I would say, Skippy, like the number one thing you should really focus on is getting your physical health up, like for real, seriously. Just by looking at your posture and everything, you're not showing that you're really confident in everything. And it's kind of making it seem like you're just going with the flow for tonight's show.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I want to hear Skippy talk. I don't want to hear the callers. If y'all want to watch it, go to the Fresh and Fit Skippy, 43-year-old virgin. Let's go ahead and see what Skippy has to say, though. Myron admits he was a beta and chose to change. Okay.
Or do you have friends and people in your real life that are betas that have come along not just because of they paid money to be in the program, though?
So here's the thing, man. I actually identify 100% with where you're coming from because I used to be there too.
Really?
Yeah. There's the difference is this. I chose to change.
Okay.
So, and you're a little bit later in this and not deciding to change. But I used to play video games at a high level. I used to collect Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I used to play video games all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I decided I used to be very skinny. I wasn't fat, but I was skinny. Okay. And I got picked on in school. I was bullied. And I said on the podcast before, I think bullying is very good because what bullying does is it lets you know that you're inadequate, and then it forces you almost to make adaptations. You know what I'm saying? If a bully beats you up at school, what are you going to do? Well, you're probably more than likely going to start going to the gym. You're going to learn how to defend yourself. You're going to adapt to the abrasive situation and overcome. The issue is that you've been coddled for far too long in your life. You live with your mom. You haven't really had an incentive to get out there and make more money. You haven't had an incentive to get in shape because no one's really put your ass to the fire and told you, hey, man, you need to change. And the reason why so many people love this podcast is because me and Fresh, we're nerds. We don't run around and say, hey, we're alphas. We've always been this way. Hell no. Nope. And as a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. You never want to learn from someone that was a natural because they can't tell you how they got there. Yep. They just are naturally good at it. The jocks, whatever it is, the guys that always go women, they're the worst coaches. But us, I was a virgin until I was 18, but I decided right then and there, I'll tell you too. Oh, no, memory lane. I'll tell you my story quick.
Straight up, though, like, that's a decision. Like, listen, back in the day, I used to be playing, video games all the time. I used to be jerking off all the time. Hella times, right? From second grade for years, okay? I used to not know shit about women. I had no confidence. I lacked the social skills. So at the time, yeah, that shit was beta as fuck. So when you tell someone, oh, you're an incel or that shit is beta or whatever the case may be, these guys get offended. They feel like, oh, he's calling. Why? Why do they feel so offended? Because they know that they're not going to do shit about it. If someone were to tell me that at the time, I would accept it. I'd be like, yeah, that's the fucking truth. Can they tell me that right now? Fuck no. because it wouldn't apply to my situation, because I made the decision to change my situation and actually become a fucking man. Actually become a man who drops his nuts. Is not afraid to approach women. Is not afraid to go out there and, make some sales. Is not afraid to start a YouTube and speak my mind. Is not afraid to get in the gym every day. Like, that's a decision, a conscious choice that you make. So if someone says, yo, you're being weak as fuck right now, the only people who should get mad are the people who are going to stay the same. But understand that if someone tells you you're being weak as fuck right now, if you're the type of man who will take that and use it to motivate you to actually make a decision to change, then it shouldn't bother you. It should only give you that motivation, that feeling of whatever feeling you have, take it and turn it into motivation to change. So that way, what happens? You won't be that way for very long. If someone calls you fat, can they call you fat for an extended period of time? If someone calls you fat today and you're fat, are you going to get pissed off at them? Or are you going to get pissed off at yourself? Because the choice is yours. And the only reason why they can call you that is because you're choosing to be there. But take that, get pissed off at yourself, and give yourself 3 months, 6 months. Can they call you that in 3 months or 6 months? If they can, then you should only be mad at yourself. But if they can't, guess what? You just bossed up, you use that shit as motivation. It's that simple, guys.
I'll never forget, 2008, May of 2008. I'm sitting in class, in African American Studies class. I was in high school, I was 18 years old, and senior year of high school. And this kid behind me, his name was Mike. Remember you, Mike? Thank you for this. He taps me on the back of my tricep right here, right? And at the time, I was 6'2", 160 pounds. And he goes, wow, you're really fucking skinny. And like all the girls in class laughed, right? So it was like right there at that moment, I was like, damn, because I had known like, yo, I need to get in the gym. Because like people were shoving me around or whatever. When I played basketball at the time, people were able to box me out easily, whatever. So I was like, damn. So that summer, after I graduated high school, in June, I started going to the gym and I started training. Started watching YouTube videos on how to gain weight, go to the gym, whatever. But it took me feeling this sense of pain and embarrassment for me to realize I need to fucking change. Luckily for me, I did it at 18. But it's never too late to change, man. You're 43. You can definitely make some adaptations. I was playing video games. I was eating pizza. I was drinking a bottle of a Sprite, 2-liter bottle every day back then. And my dad was telling me you're a fucking loser, whatever it is. So the thing about being a man, and this I just use that example. That's what stimulated me to change, right? The thing about being a guy is that your reality is a direct reflection of your inadequacies. I'm gonna say that again. Your reality is a direct reflection of your inadequacies. So if women don't respect you, if your peers don't respect you, if you're broke, if you're fat, that is literally an outward manifestation of your failures. You know what I'm saying? It shows a lack of discipline, lack of ambition, whatever it is like that. And unfortunately for men, we can't do that. Because as a man, if you're a loser, society isn't going to coddle you. Maybe your mom will. Maybe the girls will say, oh, man. You know what they're really saying? Good boy. It's okay. No big deal. But you're not going to get what you want. They're going to tolerate you, but they're not going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make some concrete changes. So I took some notes here while you were speaking. And I'm going to go over the good and the bad. Okay, so first we're going to go over the good. You're very nice. You're very polite. You beat an addiction, which is fucking amazing. That's awesome.
Say that last part again.
You beat an addiction.
I
the opiates. You beat an addiction, which many people can't do that.
Right.
And you're fucking famous, dude. Now, let's talk about the bad. You're nice. Okay, that niceness seeps into awkwardness. And you're not leveraging your fame whatsoever. And there is no one stupider than someone that is famous and doesn't have money. You should have been leveraged your abilities. People recognize you. You've been on TV, dude. You should not be broke at all. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse for that. And also, you shouldn't be fat either. There's not many.
Straight up, like you gotta have the mindset of a hustler that takes any situation and turns it into something else, right? Like for example, the reason why I started this YouTube channel is because back in the day, I lacked the things that I had today, and I taught myself all these things. And once I taught myself all these things, and I got to a point where I was confident in my abilities in every single one of these areas, as far as dating, as far as quitting my job and becoming an entrepreneur, as far as being confident, as far as my social skills, guess what? I said, am I just going to waste this? No, I'm going to hop on camera and I'm going to teach guys who are at that point where I was at one point. And since I've taught myself all these things along the way, and I've truly learned the intricacies of what it takes to get from one place to the other, I'm going to hop on here and I'm going to teach other guys how to do it as well. Because I know that forever, as long as this world turns, there will always be a guy out there who is ignorant, and ignorant just is not an insult. It just means you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the understanding. So I know as long as the world turns, there will always be someone out there who is in need of that guidance. And the same way that I didn't have that guidance and I had to figure it out all on my own, I know there's some guy out there who doesn't have it. So why not get on YouTube, speak my mind every single day, teach you guys how I did it so that you guys can take it and get motivated, get inspiration, and actually make a change in your life. But you see how that mindset works? You take anything in your life and you turn it into something, right? So for example, he's a 43-year-old virgin. He's famous. He could have had a podcast by now, inviting a bunch of other virgins and having them tell their stories. The Virgin Diaries or some shit. The Virgin Club, right? Like, people would tune into that. We're watching Skippy right now. People would tune into him having a podcast of something like that, right? But he hasn't leveraged it. He should definitely do that.
Many things in life that you can control, but your body weight, your image, your personal hygiene, that is something you can't control. Said on the podcast a million times. You have no excuse to be fat in 2021 with all the free information out there on fitness and lifestyle and everything else like that, man. So, number one, you need to lose weight. That's number one, because once you lose weight, it's going to build a certain type of discipline and foundation for you to build upon other endeavors for success. If you get in shape, be disciplined, it's going to be easy for you to go to work, push yourself, get yourself out of your comfort zone. The gym is merely just a manifestation of your efforts, and you can apply that into real life. So that's number one. That's the foundation, right? Get in the gym. Number two, you need to find another job, bro. You need to make more money. It's unacceptable that you're 43 years old and you have not broken $15,000 per year. That's unacceptable. And quite frankly, you have no business even dealing with women until you get your money on point, especially for what your goal is, which is to get married and have a family. Okay? And then you got to get out your mom's house.
I don't live in my mom's house.
You live by yourself now?
I have 2 roommates.
Okay, you got to get out of there. You got to live on your own. You know what I'm saying?
But my credit is horrible, though, right? Like, I understand what you're saying with that, and I completely agree. And if my credit right now was where I could, but my credit is horrible. So I like.
See what you're doing right now?
Whose fault is that?
Hold on. You see what you're doing right now? You're making excuses. No one gives a fuck about your excuses, Skippy. I'm being all the way 1,000 with you. No one cares about your excuses.
Yeah, like, all you gotta do is say, you're right. That's it. You're right. And then think about ways that you're gonna make it happen. Don't voice out excuses. Don't voice out things that aren't the real reason, right? They're excuses. And even if that is a problem, then you don't voice it. You don't say, oh, but this, oh, but that. No. If someone says, hey, you're fat, you need to lose some weight, you don't say, oh, but the thing is that, I'm just really busy lately, and it's just that, no, don't give it a voice. Simply accept the truth. That is the truth. You need to move out on your own. You need to lose weight and start thinking of okay, so this is a problem. My credit is bad. Let me start working on this. Okay, I'm fat. I need to get in shape. And instead of saying an excuse, say, okay, what is stopping me from getting in shape? Okay, I don't have enough time. Well, let me wake up an hour earlier. Don't give your excuses a voice, because words have power, believe it or not.
Your credit is bad because you made bad decisions in the past.
You can fix your credit.
Yeah, you can fix your credit.
No, but I live with the roommates because I'm trying to fix my credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with all due respect to that last part, right?
Yep.
I understand what you're trying to say with the motivation thing, and that's totally true, right? But please try to understand that you're saying that to a person that's working on it, right? And if it was as simple as, right, you need to get your own place. But when you're like, I am working on that. I have a job at least, right? And another thing that you're saying, and I think that you'll agree with me on this, and I could be wrong, but don't you agree that when you're depressed, it's easier to put on the pounds? That when you start getting motivated and start feeling better about yourself, that it's easier to lose weight then, because working out helps you feel better about yourself and the depression goes. But that's one of it's an excuse, but it's
yeah, but that's the mindset. That's the mindset that has you there. As a man, if you're depressed, I get it. Listen, we're all men. But as a man, you shouldn't give a fuck about your feelings. We all go through shit. We all have times when we feel down. But that's when you rely on discipline. That's when you that's the paradigm shift that you need to make. You need to get out of this mindset that it's a feminine mindset to sit there and care about your feelings. As men, we have to get shit done. Regardless of what happens, regardless of how you feel, regardless of how you wake up, if you're in a good mood or a bad mood, it doesn't matter. You have to get shit done. That's the point of being a responsible fucking man, is getting shit done regardless of how you feel. So depressed or not, adopt the mindset of discipline. Shift your paradigm. You have full control over your mind. Whether you're feeling down, whether you're feeling up, it doesn't matter. You can choose today to say, yeah, I feel down, but moving forward, I'm going to be disciplined. And you do it no matter what. You do it no matter what. Guess what? The people who are depressed, the people who are down, they believe that the people who are disciplined, they believe that they feel good all the time. No, that's not the truth. They've just shifted their paradigm to say, I'm going to do it regardless of how the fuck I feel. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do my push-ups whether I want to do it or not. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to the gym whether I want to do it or not. I'm going to post a video on YouTube whether I feel like talking or not. It's just discipline. It's a paradigm shift.
It's also a truth. And I think that, so until people come to me that can, like, with as bad a credit as I have, if it's just as simple as me getting my own place when my credit is this horrible and these things. And one of the things why I have horrible jobs is I have been, as I've been going through the depression and stuff like that, I haven't been hireable because of how miserable and how I've been overcoming these things, right? When you have depression and mental illness that you're trying to overcome, especially when you are the micro famous and you're trying not to lose your shit on YouTube in videos and things, and you want to overcome it, but you also know that weirdly people on your channel. So when I don't make videos for a month or two, I'm doing it to try and better my mental health, not for other things. And
stop believing in it, though. Stop believing in it. The reason why it has power is because you believe in it. Listen, there's times when all of us as men, some days I don't feel my best either, but I don't give it power. I don't ever say I'm depressed. I never allow myself to say that, regardless of how I feel, because my feelings don't fucking matter. I have to get to where I want to be in life, and my feelings are not going to in any way help me get there. The only thing they're going to do is deter you from getting there. You have to ask yourself, what do you want in life? If you want a certain outcome, then your feelings shouldn't fucking matter. The only thing you should use them for is motivation. Don't give it power by believing in it. It's like the boogeyman. If you believe in it, then the boogeyman is real. If you don't believe in it, then it's not real, right? If you think the monster under your bed is real, then it's real. You're scared every single night. You're scared when you turn off the lights. But if you don't, you go to sleep. It's just fine. It's dark, okay? So you believe in these things, that's how you give them power. Stop even voicing that. Stop even saying, I'm depressed, blah, blah, blah. No, just get to work. Start working on these things. Stop believing in something. And I promise you, the moment you stop believing in it and you start understanding that we're human, some days we're going to feel bad, some days we're going to feel good. And 9 times out of 10, if you're feeling bad for an extended period of time, it's for a reason. And then you figure out what that reason is, whether you're broke, whether you're fat, whether you're unconfident, you don't know how to talk to women, whether you don't have a good dating life. You're feeling bad for an extended period of time. That's not depression. That's just a notification letting you know, hey, it's time to change. It's time to change. And if you keep ignoring that voice and just quieting it, then you're never going to change. And you're going to be in this depression for a long time. No, it's a choice. Start shifting your paradigm, because your thoughts control your actions and your actions control your results. So if your thoughts are that of a person who believes in this, it's going to control your actions. I'm depressed, so I'm not going to act, so my results are going to be shitty. And then the cycle continues. Well, I'm depressed because my results are shitty, so I'm not going to act, and it just continues.
I could just move out. I would, but financially I can't. And every time I go to YouTube and I make a video where I say, hey guys, support me on my channel, I'm not doing it the right way, and people don't give a shit about that, because then it comes off as begging.
Skippy,
right?
Skippy, where do you live?
Ogden, Utah.
Okay. You live in the United States?
Yes.
Okay. You have running water?
Yes.
You have electricity?
Mm-hmm.
You have food in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay, you got nothing to be depressed about. There's children right now that don't even have clothes, that don't have food, that don't have anything. Only in the West do we have this notion that, oh man, it's so tough. Oh my God, I'm sad. I don't know how I feel. the problem is this: you're looking at what you don't have instead of looking at what you do have, and you're making excuses.
He's about to have a breakdown. Damn. And it's like guys who sit there and they'll be so mad because they're defending how they feel about something. And it's like, listen, the world just doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. You have to come to a point where you understand that if you want women, if you want a better dating life, women don't give a fuck about how you feel. If you want your own place on the first of the month, whether you have that money or not, the landlord is not going to say, well, did you feel okay? The world doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. You want a nice car? Guess what? When you walk into that dealership, you can't say, hey, listen, I want the car, but I felt depressed. They're going to say, okay, we don't give a fuck about that. The world does not give a fuck about your feelings. So let it go. Understand that it's a part of life and continue on and don't give it so much power.
Excuses for your inadequacies, okay? All I hear is wham, 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 fucking wham, bro. And the thing is that you've gotten away with doing this for your entire adult life because no one's told you the truth. Bro, you are blessed, okay? With all the flaws and all, you are blessed compared to 99% of the world population. You have running water, my friend, and access to food, electricity, and a shelter. I don't want to hear none of that shit. There's people right now that are in wheelchairs. There's people that are crippled. There's people that have serious defects. You're a nice guy. You're healthy, right, to a degree. Healthy enough to work, healthy enough to make YouTube videos, healthy enough to become famous to a degree where people recognize you. Count your blessings, bro. Stop making excuses for your failures. There's no excuse for you to have shitty credit at 43 years old. We have a playlist on here that we tell guys how to get their credit up on point, man. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different things you could do. And we could talk about it behind the scenes, obviously, because it's a little bit more involved than what I can talk about here. But, bro, I need you to stop looking at the have-nots and start looking at the haves that you have. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're depressed, because you're looking at what you don't have. What you need to start looking at is what you do have. Your whole perception of reality is fucked up because you're looking at the glass as half empty. And that's typically what losers do. We're trying to get you into a winner's mindset, okay? I don't want to hear no I feel or none of that fucking shit. The reality is that you need to change, Skippy. And I know this is hard to hear. It's hard. And I'm going easy on you too. You know what I'm saying? But you've overcome some really good, you've overcome some adversity with the addiction and everything else like that.
He is about to fucking break down. Holy shit. Let me see what the live chat says.
You need to take that same, that same veracity with overcoming that addiction. You need to.
Dang, Myron, you going in. Skippy's mindset is the problem. Myron gonna make Skippy a man. Hard as fuck to hear. Intervention. Nah, for real. Like, he's right now about to fucking have a mental breakdown. But, like, you see, the first thing that came out of his mouth is, I feel. Because that's the mindset of someone who is a loser. They just feel. Everything that they do is they feel. Anyone who sits here and watches my videos and gets pissed off, I already know immediately. As soon as they say some shit in the comments, oh, you're a fucking incel. Oh, who the fuck is this fake alpha? Oh, who the fuck is this? I already know. Your mindset is that of a person who feels you're a fucking loser. Every single time I click on their profile, it's a motherfucker who just has video game content. Like, you're a fucking loser. And I get it. I get why you're mad. But understand that only the people who think logically and have a mindset of wanting to improve will actually sit here and listen and say, that's true. That's facts. Let me apply that to my life. But the fucking losers will always feel.
Apply to other endeavors in your life with finances, with fitness, etc. I don't want to hear no excuses, man. You're in a first world country. You live in the United States. You got running water. You got food. You got everything, man.
You okay, bro?
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm also both hot and stressed, and I had to pee for the last 20 minutes, and it's tough when wanting to say something to that, but I also kind of feel like I know that I shouldn't say anything and should just sit here and be like, cool, I'll work on it. So, cool, I'll work on it, even though I really have to pee.
Yeah, no, you can go pee, bro. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Amongst yourselves, I'll give you
reflect on it for a second.
Peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
Okay. All right. So look at super chats real quick while he's in the bathroom. Okay. We got 6,200 guys in here, guys. Please.
They said, bruh, he about to get a gun for real. They said he about to have a breakdown. He just broke this man down. Motherfucker said now he gotta pee. That shit is funny as fuck. They said he's about to get a gun.
Please like the video.
Bro's about to shoot up the
Great job,
fucking
Martin, and
Fresh
how you
and
give
Fit
advice to Skippy. That's how you
podcast.
really help, man. Yeah, man, I gotta be honest.
Yep. Mark Mansfield.
Mark Mansfield, BWC. I can really feel the love in tonight's show. Most shows / podcast society would just shame and make fun of him. Thanks for pulling Skippy up.
Yep.
And then $10, Christian Bonilla. When it comes to bullying, not everyone has the same views as you. Those who are bullied tend subconscious trauma or even become self-deletional. They tend to have their lives become. Because I've been in third world countries. There's motherfuckers in Africa, in South America, in a bunch of poor places that would kill to be able to go to school for free, by the way. Get bullied by a motherfucker, get thrown in a locker, get a free lunch, come home to electricity, water, and food, and tolerate that bullying. Meanwhile,
Well, my answer would be sometimes, but yes or no, so no, I don't.
Okay, so I feel like there's a lot stemming from there because. Never mind. I'll come back to it.
Moving forward,
It's a yes or no. Very simple. I'm not going to attack you or anything. It just leads on to my next explanation.
just because, well, my answer would be sometimes, but yes or no, so no, I don't.
Okay, so I feel like there's a lot stemming from there because. Never mind. I'll come back to it. Something happened.
Lost your train of thought.
So yeah, man. I mean, I think the biggest thing here, Skippy, is we need to just reframe your mindset and look at things as look at the cup as half full versus half empty. I've noticed that when you were saying, "Hey, well, I got this and this and this going on," I want you to start looking at what you do got going on and build from there. And let's see here. I took some notes, so I'm just going back, making sure I got everything here.
Oh, we got another one here.
On the date, right? Some criticisms for the date. So, not that this is important because we got to get all the other things in place, right? Get you in shape and then get your money up. But when you deal with women in general, and Nina gave a good explanation on this, complimenting girls without them earning it is extremely detrimental. It's really bad because the way women are wired is women want a man that's better than them. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like women don't want their equal. That's why they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more muscular than them, etc. So when you over compliment a woman without her earning it, what you're saying without saying it is you're better than me. I'm blessed to be in your presence. And that is repulsive to women because women never want to feel like there was someone that's lower than them. They always want to feel like they want to be with someone that's higher than them.
Guys, comment part 3 if you want the part 3. There's only probably like 20 minutes left to this video, but I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm going to call it a night. It's getting late. So like the video, comment down below and subscribe. Let's get this video to 50 likes, all right? We're almost to 2,000 subs. We made it to 1,000. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We got about 900 more to go, but I know we're going to get there quick, all right? I appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow and the next day. Peace out.